What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button. Hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into Sabretooth, issue number 2. If you did not catch issue number 1, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It's gonna get you completely caught up on everything going on with this line. With issue number 1, we saw what happened after Sabretooth was put down into the pit, with Xavier promising that there would be no prisons on this island. Sabretooth is the first one to make him a liar, with him going down there and creating more or less his own private hell and making himself the king of hell, making himself Satan. He spends a lot of time down here. That is until one day, 5 strangers, they fall from the sky. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue number 2, we are picking up at the Quiet Council. With the verdict already being done, we have 5 mutants who are being put down into the pit, each of them breaking one of Krakoa's laws. Knowing the punishment, Xavier and Magneto, they let them know that they can make no exceptions. Of course, Cypher and Krakoa itself, they are opposed to all of this. They are opposed to having the pit as a prison, because Cypher was told when this place was begun that there would be no prisons. And now he is going back on that. Xavier is becoming a liar, saying the situations have changed. He believed that everyone would love this new paradise and they wouldn't need a prison. With some of the mutants proving him wrong, he feels he has no other option than to do exactly this. Create the one thing he said he would never do. The 5 that are being banished is Necra, Oya, Melter, Third Eye, and Madison Jeffries, letting them know that this is more a glorified timeout, that they will have no torture, they will have no pain, they just need to serve their time, and once that time is served, you will be let out. And so, picking up with our 5 after they have arrived in this hell landscape, they are trying to make a run from it, trying to run for their lives. And as they are running, as they are scared to death, they're trying to figure out why Xavier would lie to them, why he would tell us that this place is not a paradise, it's not something that's torture and pain free. This is legitimately hell, with most of them coming to the conclusion that Xavier more than likely doesn't know about this, believing that he would never allow this, especially after what he said, that Xavier may be a lot of things, but this is not him. While most of them are trying to make their run for it, trying to escape the grasp of Sabretooth, we have Third Eye. He recognizes that this is something more. This is something else. Using his powers, he is able to reach out, and he knows exactly what is going on here, with all 5 of them meeting up and ganging up on Sabretooth, at least one of the Sabretooths, because there is kind of a council of Sabretooths here that are ruling over everything. We see them fighting for their lives. We see them fighting and taking on Satan himself. But in the midst of all of this chaos, we see Third Eye come out and he tells Sabretooth, do you want to tell them or should I? Letting them know that this is the pit. This is the real thing, that everything else is an illusion, with vines connected to all of their bodies. They are in more of a stasis. They're in a hibernated sleep, and everything they're seeing is all just illusion. The only issue is nobody actually knows that this is happening. Everybody on the surface, they believe that it's all tranquility, that there is no torture, there's no pain, that they're just in a timeout. But the truth is, Sabretooth has created a hell down here, with Third Eye reaching out to somebody besides Magneto or Xavier, not trusting either of them just in case they have some way manipulated this situation, in case somehow they were involved in creating this hell. Third Eye wants to let somebody know. Going up to the surface, this is where he runs into Mole. Mole, now living on Krakoa, once a mute living in the sewers, almost being killed by by Sabretooth, living to tell the tale. He is now on Krakoa trying to live a normal and better life. But Third Eye, he asks for the help. Asking Mole for help, Mole goes to talk to some of the others, to talk to some of the leadership in the Quiet Council that may be able to help them out. And Mole, his first person, the first one he runs into is Apocalypse, which lets us know that this is taking place in the past, that this is before Nanny and Orphan Maker, before Toad had been brought down into the pit. It's gonna be very interesting to see how those guys play into this. But with Apocalypse just being too busy, with Storm being too busy, Wolverine, honestly everybody blows Mole off, and finally he decides he's going to handle this on his own. He's going to figure this out since no one wants to help him, taking us back into the pit. In some kind of another illusion state, we see our 6 individuals. We have Sabretooth and our 5 that were banished. What appears to be an illusion of both Xavier and Magneto. How these illusions work and how everything is being manifested down here is still left really unclear. You know, Sabretooth was able to create more or less his own hell. Cypher and Krakoa seem to be helping him out along the way, but now they're in a prison. Now they're all locked together, they're all in jumpsuits, and it doesn't really explain why that's happening. This could be more of a metaphor saying that this is how the pit is. This is the reality that we are living in. But with them now discussing what they're gonna do next, Melter, more than anybody, he wants to get out of here, because the truth is, he didn't actually mean to do anything wrong. He was testing out his powers, he was practicing using them, trying to control them, not knowing that a boulder on the island was part of Krakoa. He didn't protect this sacred land. He melted this boulder down to almost nothing, telling the others that that is why he has been sent down into the pit. And if this is true, we have to wonder how Krakoa feels about that, because Krakoa already objected to the idea of prisons, objected to the idea of using the pit to begin with. And with them making no exceptions to the law, especially for accidents like this, it's showing just how corrupt, how ridiculous Xavier and Magneto have been with these laws, becoming almost tyrannical, with Sabretooth letting them know the truth of the matter is that they're probably not getting out of here. They're probably going to be locked down here forever. And while many people, they may underestimate Sabretooth, they may not think that he is smart enough to scheme and plot. That is exactly what he has been doing, saying that Satan recruited 5 angels in his revolt against heaven, and that is exactly what he plans to do. If the 5 care to join him, he is going to bring hell to the surface. The gods that walk the ground are going to pay the price. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I thoroughly have been enjoying the Sabretooth line, even though it's still a little bit confusing on how this illusion down in the pit works. You know, we saw Cypher in the last issue. He came down here, was trying to make a bargain with Sabretooth. We know through Third Eye that this is all illusion. We know for a fact that it's all illusion, and that the reality is they're in some kind of suspended stasis state. And I'm hoping as this gets further along, they're really gonna dive into the more details of how this illusion works, what can actually come of these illusions, or if it's nothing more than just like the Matrix, where they're plugged into it, but if they die in there, nothing happens. Then it would just get rebooted or something else. The next question is, how are they gonna break out of this? Is Cypher and Krakoa going to free them? Is this going to be a prison break? Krakoa wanting to get back at Charles and Magneto, like I have been saying for quite some time throughout all of the X-Men lines. We are seeing the demise of Krakoa. We are seeing the fall of the Krakoan age. And if you need more evidence towards that, you better go check out my next video, the one I'm publishing directly after this, which is the 10 deaths of Wolverine, because we are seeing in that issue the fall of mutant kind. But let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.